G. Now question G was the output, right? I'll go back to that just now. We also need to output the sum of each student's test marks and the averages. Okay, so what this is wanting us to do, if I can flip back to here we are. This is what we need to rewrite. But this time round, we want the sum and we want the average. Okay, remember, we have the sum that's stored in ARR sum. Can you remember that 1D array? We have the average. This average here, we have it. It's stored in ARR av. So now, just to make things more interesting, we now want to write or display all of this. But while we are doing that, we also want to display from the two 1D arrays as well to give us the sum and the average. So in this instance, let's go to Delphi. I think that will just be a lot easier. I want to output all. There it is. Okay, let me run it first so you can see what it is that we're looking at. So I'm going to click on input, randomly generated marks. I'm going to click on the sum. This gets the sum for each student. Remember, that was not meant to be displayed. That was just for testing purposes. I need to take that out. I'm going to click on average. Nothing's happening because it's being stored in the array. And now let's go to output all. There we are. There we are. So you'll see it's displaying, there it is, sum. And it's displaying the sum, the values for the sum in that last column. And these are the averages. So that is effectively what it's doing. It's just modifying the previous one a little bit. Okay. And if we had to look at how that is done. Okay, all of this is not fitting here. Okay, maybe let's just look at it in Delphi. I think you'll be able to see everything here. So the first line, I added sum. So that's the only change. Because remember, the first line had student test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. Now we're displaying the sum. So that's just an addition. All the code remains the same. All the code remains the same, except here. When you come out of the loop after accumulating the string, you're accumulating the string and putting the marks. You also accumulate the value in ARR sum. And then you display, and then I'm displaying it after accumulating it. And then I go back and then that just displays the details with the sum for all 5 students. The average is separately. It's not worked inside of the previous loops. It's done separately, where I'm running a separate loop. I reset the string to av. I reset it to av. I run a loop and I accumulate, and I'm getting values from ARR average. So what's important to take note is that this is my nested loop, which gives me the sum. But for that last row, there's a separate single for loop where I'm displaying the details in the 1D array.